Imagine having the power to shake the entire world economy with just a few words. That's exactly what Jerome Powell, the chairman of the U.S. Federal Reserve, does every time he speaks. In this video, we'll dive into the life of the man who can influence global markets, currencies, and even our daily lives with his decisions. From his modest beginnings in Washington, D.C., to becoming one of the most powerful figures in finance, we'll explore how Jerome Powell rose to this position, and why his words can send waves through economies around the world. Stay tuned as we uncover what makes this man so influential and how his every statement can change the course of global finance. Jerome Powell, born on February 4, 1953, in Washington, D.C., grew up in a middle-class Catholic family as one of 6 children. His father worked as a lawyer, and his mother instilled strong values of discipline and responsibility, which laid a foundation for his future career in public service. Powell attended the prestigious Georgetown Preparatory School, a Jesuit institution known for its rigorous academic environment, where he first displayed the intellectual curiosity and drive that would later characterize his approach to economic policy. After graduating from Princeton University with a degree in political science in 1975, Powell took a job as a legislative assistant for Senator Richard Schweiker, where he observed the inner workings of government and policy making. Realizing the power of law and finance in shaping public policy, Powell pursued a law degree from Georgetown University, graduating in 1979 and initially working as a lawyer at Davis Polk and Wardwell in New York. But his career would soon shift toward economics and public policy in a way that set him on a path to becoming one of the world's most influential figures. Powell's early experiences in government and finance laid the groundwork for a unique career trajectory. He moved from his law practice into public service, working in the U.S. Treasury Department under President George H.W. Bush in the 1990s, where he focused on financial policy and bank regulation. This position gave him first-hand experience with the complexities of the financial system, which would later become crucial in his role at the Federal Reserve. During this time, Powell was deeply involved in crisis management, dealing with challenges in the banking sector and developing an understanding of how federal policy decisions could impact economic stability. After leaving the Treasury, he joined the private sector as a partner at the Carlyle Group, a prominent private equity firm, where he gained further insight into global markets, investment strategies, and the private sector's approach to economic growth. His years at Carlyle sharpened his understanding of market dynamics and investor psychology, making him adept at evaluating financial risk and decision-making. His dual background in government and private finance gave Powell a rare blend of expertise, combining regulatory insights with an investor's perspective, which has significantly influenced his pragmatic approach as Fed chairman. In 2012, Powell was appointed to the Federal Reserve's Board of Governors by President Barack Obama, where he quickly became known for his cautious yet firm stance on financial stability. In 2018, President Donald Trump nominated him as the chairman of the Federal Reserve, and Powell's appointment marked a significant shift. He became the first Fed chair in over 4 decades without a formal economics degree. However, his legal and financial background has allowed him to bring a unique perspective, balancing academic theory with practical insights. As the Fed chairman, Powell is responsible for overseeing the U.S. monetary policy, which includes managing interest rates and controlling inflation, both of which are central to economic health. His decisions impact not only the American economy but the global financial system. Under Powell's leadership, the Fed has navigated crises like the COVID-19 pandemic, during which he implemented unprecedented measures to stabilize markets and support the economy, including slashing interest rates to near zero and engaging in extensive bond buying programs. These decisions helped prevent a deeper economic recession and underscored the Fed's role as a stabilizing force in the global economy. Powell's words and policy decisions have a profound impact on global markets, earning him a reputation as one of the most powerful people in the world. When he speaks, the global economy listens because his statements often signal the Fed's intentions regarding interest rates, inflation control, and economic growth, which directly affect investor confidence and financial stability. Powell's words can cause significant market movements because they shape expectations. If he suggests that the Fed may raise interest rates, markets often react by selling off stocks and bonds, anticipating higher borrowing costs and slower economic growth. On the other hand, when Powell indicates a commitment to low interest rates or easing monetary policy, markets tend to respond positively, as investors expect increased liquidity and economic support. This influence, known as forward guidance, allows Powell to impact the economy not just through policy actions but through the perception of future actions, which investors and economists closely analyze. His role is particularly significant because the US dollar is the world's primary reserve currency, meaning that any shifts in US interest rates can affect exchange rates, commodity prices, and economic conditions in countries worldwide. A stronger dollar can make US exports more expensive, impacting international trade, while lower interest rates can increase capital flows to emerging markets, affecting their economies as well. In many ways, Powell's ability to shake the global economy with a single statement reflects the interconnected nature of today's financial system. His role at the Federal Reserve is not only about managing the US economy but also about maintaining global economic stability. For instance, when Powell addresses inflation concerns, his remarks can influence the stock market, bond yields, and currency values across continents. This interconnectedness means that central bank policies are no longer isolated national decisions but global economic signals that influence investment flows, trade balances, and even the economic policies of other countries. Powell's approach is cautious and data-driven, often emphasizing the need to balance inflation control with economic growth. During times of economic uncertainty, his careful communication is crucial in maintaining market stability and investor confidence. His words act as a barometer of economic health, and his ability to convey confidence or caution can impact trillions of dollars in investments around the world. Powell has recently become famous for his word, "Good afternoon." It is known as the most expensive word in the world, because when he says it, the world economy shakes.